Hello, once again, and welcome to yet another episode of Tech Talk with Judy and Tricia. Welcome everyone. We've got with us here an amazing guest speaker by the name of Fumi. So we're going to come to Fumi later, but you know how we do it over here. We've got our super. We know we need to actually crown Ronald as our super guest, right? We need to crown him as our super guest because he's always here on time. Hi, Roman. Hi. How is Lithuania this evening? If you can hear me, just quickly type in the comments and tell us how you're doing today in Lithuania. I'm just going to go around all of us. We're going to say where we're calling us from and the time it is. I am here in London and it is 6:01 p.m. Tricia, over to you.
I'm here in the UK, 6:01 p.m. also.
And Fumi.
I'm here in the UK, 6:02 from my side.
Yes.
Okay,
Hello,
I think we
everyone.
Yeah, and this particular episode is so interesting to me because I have been meaning to get Fumi on the show. So since last year, we have been talking about it, but you people know that Fumi is a busy woman. When you're big, you're big. You have to just, reschedule and reschedule and reschedule. And here we are today, finally doing this. So, like we all know, this is International Women's Day tomorrow, right? So it's all about the women in the month of March. Very soon we're going to have Modern Sunday and it's going to be about all the women. And I'm excited to have Fumi here doing this in this particular International Women's Day week, right? Because it is just going to, I hope that this particular episode just gets to inspire one woman out there. So if it's going to inspire just one woman, it's going to make my day. This particular episode should inspire. And if you don't know, I'm sure my co-host doesn't know, Fumi was my special colleague. We worked together as software testers some years ago, and I always say to people whenever I'm talking and trying to inspire, I always say, whenever you get a job, pray to have a colleague like Fumi because Fumi was just too much. Fumi,
Okay, I think I heard about Fumi. You told me about
oh, yeah,
the
she
back
was,
story about her.
yeah. So, yeah, she was very, very inspirational, even in my own journey as a software tester. So we've got Roman here saying weather is good in Lithuania, but personally I feel kind of down. Oh, probably because I put a lot of work and pressure on me, but please don't let this spoil the mood for today's episode. Oh, hope you feel better, Roman. And yes, the mood is going to be high, so we're in high spirits, and the show is going to go on. And he's saying to us, Happy Women's Day. Happy
Thank
Women's Day in
you.
advance to all the women. Yeah, so I'll just hand over to my co-host to say one or two things before we hand it over to our guest.
From my end, I'm excited because I've heard about Fumi. Even if I had not met her and how she helped you through some of those times. So Fumi, from my end, it's so good to have you here because I'm really looking forward to see how you transitioned and all the plenty gists that my host actually told me about you. I would like to see come out. And I know that, like Judy said, this month is for the women. And I'm sure or certain that someone, even if he's a man, would have a story to tell or encourage another woman out there on why he or she, or rather why she should take that bold step. Because sometimes I think the difference between us and getting what we want is fear. If you're able to conquer that fear, then that means you've got it. From my end, I would like you to introduce yourself because I'm sure everyone wants to know about those things we know about you. But then we know that at the end of today, a lot of people will go home with something, and I also will go home with something that will probably push me and make me better. So over to you. I don't know if Judy, you would like Judy to introduce you or you would want to introduce yourself. Over to you, Judy.
For me, on mute.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking on mute. Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Thanks for joining. Hello, Judy. Thanks for inviting me here. Hello, Tricia. Thank you so much, our great co-host. Thank you, everyone who is on board of this today's meeting. I'm so excited, and I'm sorry I was supposed to have been here, as Judy said, but it's because of the busy life and everything. So, thank you so much, everyone. So, my name is Fumi Agbebi, and I'm a mother of three. And uh, well, where will I start from? Because to introduce myself is a lot, but yeah. So I'm a BA, I'm a product owner, I'm a data engineer, I'm everything really when it comes to like project management and tech environment. So yeah, so that's just a brief introduction of myself. Do we have to go into detail now, or you want me to? You
Yes.
want me to?
Yeah, so
Judy.
I'll just come back to that to you, Fumi. And yeah, very,
Okay.
very interesting to know that you're this multifaceted. You're both BA, QA, product manager, and it's very, very interesting to know that you have been able to wear all these hats in your journey as in the tech industry. So we'd just like to know, where exactly did you start from, and what was that pivotal moment? What made you say, you know what, I'm going to do this? Which of the career path did you actually start from, and how did you progress, and what was that pivotal moment for you?
Okay. Yes. So I would say I was living in Nigeria before, so I migrated in the UK. At the moment, I'm living in the UK, and I migrated to UK years back. But when I was in Nigeria, I was a biochemist. So I actually went to, I did HND, OND, HND for the people in Nigeria. I'm sorry, I know there are some people here that are not from Nigeria, but yeah, it's more like a lower degree. And yeah, so that was what I did. I finished HND, then I did biochemistry, and I started looking for job. So I worked in Nigeria. I was working at the airport in Nigeria. So I was working as airport security. So for the people who has been to the airport, you know those people that weigh bags, they weigh the bags, they tell you,
Wow.
your bag is too big, your bag is too big, you have to reduce it. So for those people who has been in that environment before. So that was what I was doing. And but my husband was already in the UK, so we got married in Nigeria. Then I joined him in the UK. So I was doing that security job. So when I got to the UK, and I came in, I joined my husband in the UK, and I started working in McDonald's. So I don't know if everybody know McDonald's. So that's how I started. So I started working in McDonald's as a customer service agent. But I knew that was not what I wanted. You know, when you just came
Mm.
into the country and there's something inside your mind, and you know that you have more capacity, you know that you can do more. But I found myself working in McDonald's. So I was like, okay, I needed to like started applying for another thing just to leave McDonald's job. And I started applying for into the airport role, customer service. And fortunately, like 1 year, about 2 years when I joined McDonald's, then I got this job at the airport again. So, and I got the airport security job. So I was working as airport security job. In the process, I had my first child. And after my first child, I didn't leave the McDonald's job because I wanted more money. So I was doing airport security job and I was doing McDonald's job. So I was doing the airport security job as a full time and McDonald's as a part time to get more money. In the process, I got pregnant and I was still doing the same thing. And so I got pregnant. I left McDonald's job in the process, and I was doing the airport job alone. So altogether, I was at the airport for about 8 years. So I had my first daughter while I was still working at the airport. Then my second daughter while I was working at the airport as a security. So I was on my feet for 9 hour shift, only about
Wow,
30
fool me.
minutes. Only
I thought,
about
I had a story. This one is blowing my mind. Please.
about 30 minutes break. And I remember we were having like 10 minutes break, and after some time we had that 30 minutes break. And so altogether maybe like an hour break for about 9 hour shift.
Wow.
So, and the what I was doing is, those people when you're traveling, they go through the airport scanner.
Good.
So I was the one checking them, making sure they're not carrying what they were not supposed to carry. But yeah, so I did it. I did it. I had my first child, I had my second child, and I was still doing it. And I thought, but inside me, I was not happy. I was like, this is not what I wanted to be. I I like enjoyment as a person. I like to enjoy life, and to enjoy life, you need money to do that. So I was doing it, but inside of me, I was like, no, 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 this is not what I wanted. And I applied for a job as TFL. This story I cannot forget. So this I applied for the TFL job. In the process, I wanted to
It's a
be
bus driver.
no,
What's
customer service.
TFL?
No,
Oh,
customer
okay.
Okay.
service. Customer service. Just TFL customer service, because I thought the airport was not paying well. So I applied for customer service job. And when I applied, I went through the first test, I passed it. I went through the second test, I passed it. I went through the first interview, I passed it. So it was only one interview left. When you're like in the middle of, oh, I've got this job, nothing is stopping me and everything. I remember I went to the toilet and I was like, oh God, I started praying in the toilet that, oh, I know I've got this job. I was so happy. But when I did the second interview, and we were supposed to know the same time whether we've escaped through or not. So when I went to the second face-to-face interview, I was told, unfortunately, that I didn't get the job.
Unfortunately.
So I was so, as in inside of me, I wasn't happy at all. I was so sad because I needed something that that would give me a better life, that would give me what I really wanted. So I wasn't happy at all when I didn't get the job. Then I went back to my, so I was just doing my security job. So 2000 and 2015, there's a friend of mine that we went to uni together, and so this girl, normally we talk and everything, and she just told me, she said, oh, Fumi, there's one training that they're doing, that do I want to move to tech? And I was like, oh, tech, what are they going to do? It was like, oh, that it's just it's a software testing training, that is more like a testing training and all that. I was like, okay, that let me give it a try. And so she gave me the contact of the person doing the training, and that was 2014 to 15. So I collected the contact. I spoke to the guy, and the guys, I told my husband about it. My husband was like, okay, that I should just give it a try and all that, because I was tired of the airport job. So he said, okay, I should just give it a try. So that was how I started the training. So even though I had a little bit of experience in I not really I didn't have IT experience, but I was able to use a laptop, let me say. So I was able to like go on the laptop, open the laptop, and type few things, but not like I didn't really know much in Excel. I
Mm.
didn't know much in PowerPoint, even though I was HND older. You
But
understand me?
yeah,
But
that's
but because we were not using a laptop during
at
my
that
days,
time. Yeah.
yeah. So I couldn't use. So when the lady told me, when the guy explained and he said he said IT, I was thinking laptop. How would I survive it? Because no clue when it comes to Excel, no clue when it comes to PowerPoint, no clue when it comes to any other thing that is like IT related.
Hmm.
So but the guy was like, oh, you can do it, anybody can do it, and I should just enrolled myself on it and everything. So, and that's how I actually said, okay, my husband was like, okay, let's give it a try. And that was how I enrolled for the course. So I was working at the airport then I started going doing the course. I started applying for the course. Am I still there?
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
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 And yeah, and I started, it was online course, like, something like this. So because because the guide has already told me that it's something that I could do, that you just need to, like, provided you have a head, you can do it. Don't worry about anything. Provided you have ear to listen, you can do it. Provided you have the hand to write, then you can do it. So I was like, okay, let me just give it a go. So that was how I gave it a go, and I did the training. And the training took me about, I think, few months, about 2 3 months thereabouts, if I could remember. And yeah, so after the training, that was how I found myself in IT. And the training I did was software
Software
testing.
testing.
Yeah, which
Mm-hmm.
was a manual. It was a manual software testing. So yeah, so I started this training, and I finished the training. I started applied, and before I knew it, within within 4 months, for about 4 to 6 months, my CV was. I mean, immediately we finished the training, my CV was out. I was applying vigorously, applying for different all the platform, and that was how I landed on my first IT role, which was a I was so lucky because I got like a contract role. So it wasn't a permanent role,
Hmm.
and I got contract role. So by then I've already um no, I've already had my third baby, yes. So yes, my last born was, I gave birth to my last born in 2014. So yeah, so I had my third baby then. So that's how I started the contract role and in IT. And the good thing about the software testing was, I mean, that course it was just the way the trainer told me, that you actually don't need to have prior knowledge of IT to do it. You understand? You don't, as in I you don't have to be in IT background to be able to do that. So I wasn't, if you could, from my story from the beginning, I was not on IT background at all. But I was able to go into the course, and I did it. And that was how I started working as a test analyst, manual tester, for as that was a contract role I go. So, and because I needed more money, I was I was never contented with the it was a contract role, and because I was never like contented with it, and I started applying again, because I think I think with the type of life I have, I think when I get to a stage, I get bored and I want to like explore some other things. So I started with Sky initially, and Sky Entertainment, for those people who know, and I was there for like, I started contract for 1 year. And another thing I wanted to say is, when I all the years that I've been working in the UK, I was unable to like say, okay, okay, this is how much I've saved before the IT role. So I didn't save anything, no savings.
Oh,
But when I started the IT role, I started saving. And I forgot to mention that when I started it, I did, I got my role, I got my job. My husband too did training of
wow.
IT, and he got IT job as well. So
Wow.
he got a test analyst role as well. Then that was 2016.
Powerful.
Yes. And we started doing it, and we were able to buy our first house after
Wow.
1 year. Yes.
Wow.
After 1 year of joining the IT
Industry,
market
yeah.
industry. Yeah. So yeah, so we were in a Sky. I was in Sky working as IT, then I working as a manual tester, and I thought, oh, I was bored. So I was there for about 1 year plus, and I thought, oh, I was, but Tricia is smiling. And I
I
thought
like
it's not gonna
money.
be that was fun. I wanted more
No,
money.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think I became fascinated at the point where you said, okay, within a year. I know there was a time I was talking to my host, even if she doesn't like me saying this part, she'll be like, why, what is that push? What is that thing that always push you to do something? That if you don't have a push, or if there's nothing that is pushing you, you would
Mm-hmm.
not want to push. Every morning you wake up, you ask yourself, why am I doing this? And I remember she said, you know, sometimes we don't like to accept this fact, but most of us know that it's because we want
Money.
soft life, like soft
Money.
money. Yes. So
No more money.
um, I'm going to try and interrupt that part of the whole thing so that we don't start
Yeah.
drooling over your house and all of that. Okay, so for me, I was going to ask a question, yeah, just
Mm,
briefly, because I think this program just lasts for an hour.
mm,
Um, how was it like juggling your children and then having to go through that training? What was that period like?
mm. Yeah, if there's anything I
Sorry
say
to
to
interrupt.
myself,
Sorry to
yeah.
interrupt. And I want to ask also because you said about 2014, then we were not working remotely like the way we're working right now. How were you able to juggle all of that? The training, not working remotely, husband, wife, all of
Mm,
that. Just
yeah.
give us some
Yeah,
insights.
if there's something that I like doing, if nobody tells me well done, I tell myself well done. I know myself that I'm a superwoman, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
all women are superwomen, seriously. And men as well, not only the women, but men as well. But particularly myself, I know I'm a superwoman. And why did I say I'm a superwoman? Yeah, because then as Judy said, that it was no remote at all. And that was one of the things I was praying for that time, that I really wanted a remote work, because most of my friends there, they were doing remote.
Hmm.
So, but I was not doing a remote. So I was using a childminder. We were using a childminder then. And as at that time, I had 3 children when I started. And
Expensive.
the first one is only 18 months gap between my first daughter and my second one, which is my son. And so 18 months gap, and the third one. So I was using like what's it called? The
Cat.
breakfast club,
Oh, okay.
breakfast club in the morning, and in the afternoon I was using a childminder. And the most annoying thing then was I was traveling 2 hours
Door to
to
door.
Sky.
Wow.
Yes, the Sky to Sky. I was traveling 2 hours for work, because
Wow.
the work is in. I live in Thamesmead. We used to live in Thamesmead then, which is like southeast London, and the Sky was in Isleworth. Isleworth,
Wow.
yes. So almost 2 hours. That was what I was taking to work. So I think then I was leaving home like around 5 o'clock, 5:30, five something, and so I was juggling it with myself and my husband. So we're using like um what's it called, breakfast club and after school club,
So,
and there was a time that we had parents around as well to stay with the
mm,
children, because since I've been in this country like years back, I've always been working. You
mm,
understand? So I'm only like, okay, so my mom, she was around sometime, and at the point, there was at one point as well, we had like a living childminder, not really
mm,
a living childminder. But at the end of the day, what actually made us to do this was because we had the money. Because sometimes people will say, I don't want to do something, I don't feel like I want to do something, or I don't have the flair to do something.
yeah.
And yeah, but I think all of us want something good. We want something, we want to do, actually want to do it, but
Oh, I'm
because we
looking
don't have the capacity to do it, that is why most of the time we give excuses that we don't want to do it. But thank God we were able to, like, we because my husband started as a contractor as well. So he was doing contracts, I was doing contracts. So we're not permanent. So we're getting like a daily rate. And this is
Mm,
still happening now. You understand what I mean? So it's not because I'm using then. So there's some people who are still in tech now. They get like a daily rate.
Daily
They're
rate,
not.
yeah.
Yes, daily rates. So it's still happening. So we were getting that, and we're able to like pay for breakfast club and after school club. I mean childminder in the afternoon after the thing, and yeah. So it wasn't easy, I would say, to juggle three children with the high tea then, but because I call myself a superwoman, and I think
Resilience
everybody is a superwoman and everybody is a superman. I think so. We could,
Yeah, no
if
apologies
I could
about
do
that.
it, yeah, if I could do it, I think every other person can do it.
can do it.
And
Yes.
yes,
Sorry, I want to cut you, please. Let us go and sell our markets. Let us go and tell the audience that, so that they will not chase us out of this our job.
yes,
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. So, hello viewers, if you're watching this, this is Tech Talk with Judy and Tricia, and solely brought to you by Transition to Tech Academy, your one-stop academy if you're trying to transition from non-tech background to tech background. I'll leave it to Judy to sell it off. Thank you. Over to you.
All right. So, like our guest has just rightly said, tech is all money. All money. She had not be saving before she joined tech. So, what are you waiting for? You can join us at Transition to Tech Academy. Now, for you to be able to transition to tech, like our guest rightly said, it is sometimes you feel you don't have the capacity, but you have it within you. Look into your soft skills and be able to leverage on those soft skills to be able to, decide which particular career path you want to take. So we have business analysis, product management, cybersecurity, cloud computing, software testing, because that is where we also most of us started from, and we have various courses, scrum master and all of that, that you can actually do to be able to pivot into tech. So if you're interested, you can see some of our social media handles scrolling on the screen. Do well to contact us. You can also send me a DM on LinkedIn, Judy Erisiafe. I will put my full names. You can send me a DM to know how you can get started and start making this oil money. And one thing that I would like to say is that if you're from Nigeria, you will know that there to get into oil company was you have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. But for tech, it's interesting to also know that the same person that trained for me was the same person that trained me also. So for tech, and I
Really?
don't know, yeah, it was when we got to our
Tom.
work, yeah. We got talking and we realized that it's the same person that trained us. So the thing is that for tech, and I think we've had this in the discussion some of our episodes back, where people were like, oh no, in Nigeria it's not so easy to get into tech, or it's not so easy to get a job. You cannot just do training for 2 months and get it. Thank God I'm not the one saying it now. You can actually do training, get yourself ready for interview, and be able to go. Most of the time you get to acquire knowledge as you go. No man is an island of all the knowledge. You get
Island.
to acquire knowledge as you carry on. So yeah, and also before we go, we have our giveaway. So everybody, if you're here, and I don't know if we have a lot of people here, but if you're here, can you just do the hashtag tech talk? So hashtag tech talk, so that you can be entered in for the giveaway. And I'll put a screenshot, or sorry, I'll type it in and pin it to the screen. And I will give it over to my guest to continue, because I'm really intrigued. I thought I knew it all about Fumi, but she's surprising me, from doing biochemistry to working in McDonald's. I thought I had a story, but Fumi's story is really intriguing, and I'm very, very interested. So I'll just let Fumi continue with her story.
Yeah, thank you, Tricia, and thank you, Judy. So I was in Sky from for 1 year. Then I moved from Sky. I moved to Virgin Media, um, and Virgin Media. I was there for few years as well. I think a year, going to 2 years, and because the journey to Sky was very like was very was very far, almost 2 hours, and
Hmm.
and I I thought, oh, I started looking for something else. So I mean, to another job. And it's so funny because where I got job in Virgin Media, and Virgin Media was even farther. But I went to Virgin Media because of money. So the money was, it was a contract as well, but the money was um more than the Sky one. And
Yeah.
so I joined Virgin Media and I was doing the journey of almost 2 hours, 30 minutes. But I was getting
Wow.
money, I was raking money. And and so after some time, I just thought, okay, that I think it's now time. We had the first our house, and uh I was able to like we're able to like travel, and we're able to like do everything that we wanted to do, in not everything, but most of the things, as in more
Major.
averagely,
Yeah.
we're yeah, we're living averagely, living okay. So I just thought, oh, I think it's time for me to stop the contract work. And because of the children as well, I thought, okay, as a mother, I needed to like give them my own time. And that was why I started looking for permanent role. So, and so after like, I think I started looking after like few months of looking, maybe like 3 months of looking, I got a permanent role. And this was in London. So it was very like close to the house. I only take like few one train to get to the office. And then that was before COVID. So we were going to work. So I was happy I got a permanent role. So the permanent role, no work from, no, I think it was flexible. We're having like one day a week to work from home. So I was so happy I had the flexibility of working from home one day a week, and I had time to like stay with the children instead of leaving home like 5:30. I used to leave home like 7 around 7:30. So sometimes I drop my daughter off from school before going to work. So that flexibility was there, and that was how I started there. So when I started there, I think I got there like one after 1 year. My manager approached me and he was like, "Oh, Fumi, there's a course, data analysis course. Are you interested?" And I was, why am I not interested? Me, I'm interested though. So, and he said, okay, that if I should register myself, that there are a lot of people in the company that are interested. I should just put down my name for it and everything. So, to cut the long story short, I put my name down for it. I was shortlisted for the data analysis basic. It's like level 4. So that took me 18 months to do that. But the good thing with that one was the company paid for it. And I started it, and I was using the company time to study.
To
So
learn.
that is another catch. So if you're
Yeah.
in IT, you can get the opportunity to learn and
Yeah.
use the work your employer's time to
To
learn
upskill.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not like spending your own time on the learning. They're getting, it's like you are
Paid.
getting paid for learning as well. That's another catch in it. So I finished it for 18 months. I did that for 18 months. Um, and after that, okay, they came back again. My manager came back again. Okay, the people that provided the course came back and said, okay, would you like to continue and further and get and do another one 18 months, another 18 months? Then in this case, you're going to do data and digital professional course, and it's going to be a degree. I was like, degree. K. And I was like, degree, because I didn't have a degree. Remember, I said I had HND, so
HND.
it's not a recognized degree. So
Yeah.
why not? And that was how I started that course. So it was like a continuation of the first 18 months, and I started the degree. So as I'm telling you, I've got my degree paid for 35,000. That's
When
what
you when you say you're a superwoman, I believe you now. For you
so
to do.
so so
She's such an amazing person when it comes to strength. I
Yeah.
think from what I gathered with what you said lastly now, in tech, there are several opportunities waiting for you.
mhm,
So all you need to do, I'm talking to the audience now,
mhm,
definitely.
Hmm.
For in tech, there are opportunities waiting for you. They'll always tell you, even women in STEM and all, because we have like minority women when it comes to some of those courses. So I think the bold thing is just starting, and then you know that there are other opportunities for you to
Mm-hmm.
explore. Then there was something I was going to ask you, but I don't know if this is it. Would you say, I think my from the conversation you had, would you say that the previous knowledge of your biochemistry, right?
Yeah.
In any way, did it actually help while you were doing this training? We always say
Training.
like
Mm.
transfer skills. Were there
Yeah,
transfer
yeah.
skills that were useful during those times?
I would say no.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would say there's no transfer skill, nothing, because the only thing I could remember with biochemistry is just chemistry. It's more like chemical and all that. So it's far, far different from this one. So I wouldn't say there's no transfer skills that is being transferred to this one. So and that would actually encourage somebody that it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter your background that you can do this IT because
Mm.
most of okay, my experience in Sky, my experience in what's it called in Virgin, my experience in Extreme Reach, and some other extra royal mail that I did. All I because I did feel she's shaking. So all my experiences. The thing is, there's nowhere you go to there's nowhere you go to that you would not learn on the job. They
Yeah.
would teach you, they would train
Yeah.
you. When I
Yeah.
first joined Virgin, I got trained. They trained
Mm.
me before I started. The same thing in Sky, the same thing in
Mm.
Extreme. They would train you minimum of 4 weeks. They would train you
Mm. Yeah.
because where you're coming from is different from where you are.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
tools, the everything they're using in the other one is different from what on is different from each companies are different, so they use different tools, they use different methodology, they use different process, everything different. But yeah, but at the end of the day, each company will train you. You
Yeah.
understand? So the only transferring skills maybe I was taught in English and I was able to communicate in English. Yeah,
That
I
is
would
a transferable skill on its own.
Exactly. Being able
exactly.
to communicate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
communication. So I would say that. And yeah, is that the question? Did I answer the?
Yes, that's it. Over
Yeah.
to you, Judy.
Yeah. There's a question I wanted to ask from what you also said. You remember when you said um, when you actually got to hear that, oh, there's a tech course, an IT course that you can do, and you're like, oh, no, 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 it's not for me. Like a lot of us did, especially those of us coming from non-tech
Mm,
backgrounds. What was that push? Was it just the money, or were you just tired of doing that airport security job? What was that thing that just pushed you to say, yes, I can do it? I know that our trainer there had sweet mouth. He would sweet talk you into doing it, even if you, yeah, and
yeah.
not a lot of people then, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but not a lot of people had been able to pivot. So there were not a lot of role models for you to see that, oh, this person was able to
Mm,
do it and I can do it. Not like now that a lot of people have been able
mm.
to, surmount that. So what was that push for you? What made you feel that, yes, I can do it? And even if I remember, you said you took you another 3 to 6 months for you to get a job. What kept you going? I know there were a lot of unfortunate emails.
Mm.
What just kept you going?
Yeah, I think to answer the first one, what pushed me was I needed more money. I like money. I like life. I like to enjoy life.
Exhaustive.
And to enjoy life, you need money to enjoy life. I
Yeah.
like to travel a lot. That I think,
Mm.
yeah, I find it's my comfort. I don't buy a lot of things, but traveling is like
I
that is
know
what I
I know
like.
that about
Yeah,
you.
so and to be able to travel, you need money to do that. So I
Mm.
think it was money, really. It was
Mm.
money, and it was freedom. I would say freedom as well, and freedom in such a way that where I was working in that city airport, there were you work with different type of people, and it will get to a stage that you would think, oh, this is not for me. This is not where I belong. And
Mm.
and when you were trying, I was trying so hard to push myself there. As in, I didn't really want, there's a lead. After security, we have a lead, we have a manager, we have
Mm.
ball. I think there was a lot of politics as well. And I tried as much as possible. I wanted to become a lead. I didn't get the opportunity to become a lead, even though I was qualified, but I was not opportune to get. So that pushed me as well. And at the end of the day, I was like, I, wa- I didn't want, I wanted to stop starting work at 4:30. The
Oh,
city
you're
airport
starting
work,
30.
yes, yeah, because we start before any airline can take off. It's a
Mm.
security, it's
Yeah, I can
security work. Yeah,
imagine.
so we get to the airport first before any passenger.
Mm.
So I was so tired of waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go to
Mm.
work. So
Mm.
the timing, I was so tired of getting home at 11 o'clock. That's the last shift.
Wow.
Yes, that's the last shift of the airport. And that is city airport because they close it. Imagine Heathrow
Heathrow.
that doesn't close at all. So
Mm.
I was so tired. So it's like the timing, I was not getting that timing. How can somebody as a woman, how can you be going to
Mm.
work at 4:30 in the
Mm.
morning and coming up at
Remind me
11?
of Lagos
Yeah,
lifestyle.
yeah, yeah. And because
Mm.
of my lifestyle as well, sometimes I take extra shifts. You understand?
Mm.
I would do morning shift and do
Come with
afternoon.
me.
Yeah, so I'll be at the airport from 4:30 to 11:30, getting home at 2. I was like,
Mm.
no, no, no. So, all those things. And it's because I just didn't like it. I wanted money, I wanted freedom, but what was giving me
Yeah.
money was not what I wanted. You
Mm.
understand? I was getting
Mhm.
paid well. Yeah, I was still getting money, but the
But
money was
there's no
not enough.
fulfillment.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And there's
inside
no
of me.
fulfillment.
Yeah,
And not
Yes.
so
even apart from that, someone was telling me that sometimes to make the money that you feel that is
You
enough, you
enjoy.
have to work 7 days a week to be able to
yeah,
make that kind of money. So yeah,
yeah,
I get what
yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, and before I forget that, I forget something. Before COVID, I was flexible going to
Mm.
work. But after COVID, up till now, I haven't been to the office. You
Yeah,
understand what I mean?
yeah.
So we've been working remotely.
I remember the first day I
Remotely.
saw you, you were like, ah, is this you? Because we're working, we're
Yes.
colleagues, but we're
Yeah.
not seeing each
Remotely.
other. Yeah.
So
Mm.
now, so this tech has actually, it has given me that freedom I want.
Mm.
You understand? When it comes to money, thank
Mm.
God, it's not like great, 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 but it's okay.
We
When
thank
it
God.
comes to
Yeah.
time with the family, you
With
understand? I
yeah.
have that time with the family.
Mm.
When it comes to the time with the freedom, I can be
Mm.
working, my laptop is here, I'm making my jollof rice in the kitchen. So there was a time I make akara. I don't know,
I
but
think
I'm
I should
sorry to
report
say
you to
this.
your guy.
So we've left that
I'm
on
sorry
that.
to say this. For those people who know, there was a time I made akara and I sent the picture to Judy that see me,
Yeah.
I made akara this morning. Yeah, so and I'm saying this because I'm getting that freedom I want,
Mm.
I
Mm.
wanted. And the good thing is I can even travel and still work. You
Mm.
understand? I can carry my laptop and still work, but with the permission of the company, though. You
Yeah. Yeah.
understand? Yeah. So, yeah. I hope that answered that question.
Yes, it actually did. And we've got someone saying, even as a nurse here, I'm not sure what Olufumi Olabode means by that. But yeah, I was just going to say that with the tech job, it is endless opportunities really. If you look at it, you are able to work from home. For me, it was really about being with the kids, being able to stay with the kids and take care of them and all of that. And you have done all of that. So yeah, you started off as a software tester and you got would I call it a scholarship to do the data
Mm.
scientist thing. And at the end of the day, you also see added more skills to yourself: product management, business analysis.
Yeah,
How
and yes,
so
yeah, sorry to call yourself short in that. So I don't want to forget this. So when I
Yeah.
was working as a software tester, I was, as a software tester, you get exposed to BA, you get exposed to product owners, product manager, and all those people. So while I was working as a test analyst, I was um, I was promoted
Mm,
to a BA role.
mm,
So, in my that's my last role. I mean the permanent role. So I was promoted to business analyst. So I worked as a business analyst. So in the process where we were trying to change our methodology, so we're using agile before, so we moved to safe agile. Sorry for those people who doesn't know these
tech.
terminologies.
Yeah.
So this safe agile they were using instead of business analysts, they were using product owners.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's how I got that experience of a business analyst and a product owner.
So
So
now.
I've worked as a business analyst, I've worked as a product owner, you understand what I mean? And
Yeah.
as a test analyst. And
Yeah.
and at the same time, I've got um added knowledge
Yeah.
of data analysis.
Mm,
In the course that I did, the degree course,
mm,
we're able to cover data science,
mm.
able to cover data engineer, and
Whoa.
this is just me. A lot of companies out there, that is what they do. And but
Yeah.
to be able to experience this, you have to find yourself in a tech environment
Environment.
to
Yeah, I would like to
experience
just
this.
chip in here. From what you have said, and I want our audience to take this if they are not getting it, you have to be open-minded.
Mhm.
So you have, you started off as a, first of all, it wasn't even in your field at all. You were able to say, I can do this. Yeah, the money was a motivating factor, but some people will even see the money as a motivating factor and still not get into it. But the money was a motivating factor, you got into it, and you're able to also diversify and spread your wings. I know that when you're working in the tech environment, myself inclusive, I have been able to do BA roles, Scrum Master roles, any role, adaptability. You should be able to be
Mhm.
adaptable, resilient, and also open minded. So I remember one time I got a job as a software tester, right? And they were telling me, okay, you have to start doing UI, UX designs. And it was stressing me because I wasn't trained for that. But like Fumi has said, you are able to get trainings. They will train you and all of that, and they will be able to help you, so you should be open to that change. My boss did say to me that, Judy, if it's not okay with you, we can get a UI UX designer. But I said no, I was going to do it. But I was mentioning it to a friend, and she was like, no, they have to pay you extra. Why are they going to use you for that? I'm like, no, the knowledge is going to go with me. So if I'm going to another company, I have it in my CV. I have done
Mhm.
UI UX. I have done Scrum Master. I have done this. I have done
Mhm.
that. So yeah, I just got that. I don't know if my audience got it, but I got it. You
Mhm.
have to be adaptable, resilient, open-minded to be able
I'm
to,
ready to learn.
yeah, the pinnacle of your career success. So Tricia, have you got any questions?
No, I
Oh,
quite enjoyed the fact that she was able to combine all of that. And for me, it's something that one should actually work towards. Take advantage of any opportunity given to you to excel and
Mm.
improve yourself,
mm,
right? Regardless, see the way she transitioned from
mm.
even being married with kids and all of that, it's something to take home. Because we're against time, I actually had other things to say, but because we're against time,
And
so I
just
don't want
shoot
to
real
ask.
quick. Shoot real quick.
No, that's okay. We can actually get back to that again. We can
Oh,
actually invite her over again to come and talk, if you don't mind.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
Judy, I think it's time you want to talk about the giveaway because we have about 10 minutes left, and
Yeah, let's
that
just look through the comment section. So I think we've got some good discussions here. Roman has said a special colleague got him into IT. Who got me into IT was a dear friend. She's currently in the UK, but sadly, she didn't get into the road herself. I'm not sure what that means. Did she not get a job or something?
I'm
Yeah,
guessing so.
yeah. Oh dear. All the best to her. Roman has also said, not every science discipline has those transferable skills. You're very right. A lot of all these things that are being taught in universities, we mentioned that in our last episode, Nigerian universities, they don't have those skills that you can transfer, but that is not a reason to say no to the path of tech. So we should be open minded, like I just said, be open minded to change and be ready to always improve yourself. And our super audience again has said some of the companies still use waterfall SDLC model. Yeah, but yes, SDLC for our audience that are not tech
Inclined.
trained. SDLC is the software development life cycle. So some companies still use waterfall. That is a story for another day. But yeah, that is a topic for another day. But yes, most of them use agile because it's because of its ability to imply a risk. And yes, bugs in waterfall are super expensive compared to agile. That is a story for another day. But thank you for your input, Roman. So we are looking at our giveaway. We've got just three entries. As if our people don't like giveaway here. Oh.
They are big now. Why are you writing them down?
Please use the hashtag Tech Talk while we're waiting to do the giveaway. I think our co-host has got some special
Okay, yeah. So I like to give her good news, by the way. So a hummingbird has actually, I'm talking to the audience now. We have a hummingbird that has actually decided to give out 50,000 naira worth of voucher for a pub, right? That's a pub, right?
what did
Judy?
you call it?
Is that supposed to be like a pub, right?
Okay.
I'm guessing so. Where you can actually have an event or maybe just a mini event or something. Hold
Mm,
on, I would like to go through that. Let me be sure.
okay.
Mhm.
Did you say pub like pub?
Yeah, I think it's a pub. I think
Okay.
so. But let me confirm.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, our audience.
But
Okay.
50,000 naira voucher, that is huge.
Yes,
Mm.
partner hub. Hub. It's actually a hub.
Okay,
So
okay.
our audience, somebody has decided to give out 50,000 naira worth of voucher to any of our audience. So next week the giveaway will not be that the way you people are feeling like you are big. We are big in this our tech talk, but that's why. So
Yeah, but we
next
need to know who the sponsor is so we can display them on our screen.
okay, that's actually from Afri Lag. Yeah,
Okay.
they're actually a company. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I thought I sent that to you.
Yeah, but I wasn't able to capture all the details. I just felt, but yeah, we'll be putting out more information to that. So please tell somebody to
Yes,
tell
please.
somebody to tell somebody. It is about to, be
Go
very,
down.
very massive right over here. So before we actually go for the giveaway, we've got just three people. So it's either Tricia, Roman, or uh Debolato that is going to get it. Yeah, what are your parting words for our audience? And I really wish we could go longer because I think there's a lot of value just hearing it from somebody, how you're able to buy your house, and it's mind blowing. I don't know about anybody, but it's just mind blowing. What are your parting words for our audience? For me,
Yes, so I'm not on mute, am I?
no,
No. Yeah. Yes, so thank you all for joining. And I think what I would say is just have that mind that you can do it. That's it. That you can do it. If you have the mindset of I can do it, you can achieve anything. Even
mm,
though sometimes it might seem so difficult. It might look so difficult that this thing I can't do it, but just have the mindset, open minded. Just let your
mm,
mind be open and just give it a go. So,
mm,
everything in this life is risk. Just
mm,
try, take that bold step. The only thing is, if you don't take a step, that is when it's not good. But just
mm,
take that step and have your mind open that okay, this thing I can do it, take the step, and I'm very sure you would achieve that dream. Like me, I was dreaming of traveling places. I was
Aye.
dreaming of enjoying life. I'm still working hard and I'm able to achieve it seriously. I wouldn't say I'm not able to. So I'm able to travel and I'm able to live a good life. Thank God for that. So just have your mind open and believe you can do it, you know, and
Hmm.
take that bold step.
Hmm.
And
I'm just going to just chip in here again. Just have your why written in front of you. Why are you doing this? And another thing you said that really resonated is that if you don't take risk, I know a lot of people that are these people they just want to chop my money. They're asking me to come and pay. You've not even tried, so you're already defeating yourself before you start. So please, audience or whoever is
take,
going to
take
watch,
that risk
yeah, take that
and take
risk.
that bold step. Yeah.
Yeah, take that bold
Take
step.
that bold step, take that risk.
Have
Okay,
that.
sorry, our audience, dear host, I beg your pardon. Let me just quickly take this so that we'll get it straight out there. So, this particular voucher for 50,000 naira is being sponsored by a company named AfriLang Limited. They have decided to give out 50,000 naira worth of voucher for a hub in Lagos. So if you know, you probably have like a click of, especially for the tech people, because most tech people actually use hubs. So
Mm,
if you follow the criteria that will be put out by my host, and then you're the winner, you get to have the voucher, 50,000 naira worth of voucher
50.
by
Yeah.
Afrila Limited. We say thank you to them. And don't
Right.
forget to follow our pages on Facebook. It is Transition to Tech Academy. On Instagram, it's Transition to Tech Academy. On YouTube, follow us, like the live, share it to people that are still in secondary school, people that are indecisive of the path they want to go through. Just share it. Pick, you might not be all of them, but just pick from any of the episode. Give it out, give it out there. You don't know who you'll be helping in making decision. And then follow us on LinkedIn. Also follow my hosts on LinkedIn. Her name is Judy Erisiafe, the one and only tech queen. Can you
Yeah.
follow her on LinkedIn? And for me, I understand you're on LinkedIn too, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to pick
Okay.
her name
Mm,
right after this last question that we've got. An
okay.
audience asking, and I think it's a very,
Okay.
very, very good question. So, what course do you suggest a beginner can start with?
I would say software testing. That's the best course you can start with, and
I
that is
agree.
where to start because it gives you visibility for other courses,
Yeah,
other courses. Yes,
yeah, yeah.
software testing.
I will agree with you. You can start with software testing, and you can now decide to, upskill. When you get there, you may say, oh, this is not for me, or it's too easy. I want to do something, I want to do coding. You can now decide to upskill. But software testing, manual software testing especially, is
Mm.
a very good pathway to start with. Our giveaway for this particular episode, I thought a lot of people were going to join in, is going to be what I plan to actually do as a giveaway was to help or to give one person or two people, I can't remember what I put in my post, an opportunity to do a boot camp for the tech course. So I know a lot of people did not put hashtag tech talk because they just felt, is it 10 gigabytes that Judy wants to give Iggy? What is 10 gigabytes? But yeah, it's actually an opportunity to do a boot camp, a 2-day boot camp for you to just like a tester to know if this is for you and if you want to go into it. Two people, but yeah, we've got just three people. One of them is a guy. It was supposed to be in celebration of International Women's Day. So let's see how it goes. By the way, we've got our guest speaker. Her name is Pin. Please follow her for insights on LinkedIn. Fumi Agbebi, please follow her for insight. And we are going to do our giveaway right now. Um, may the best person win. I'm going to share my screen right now. Yep. Oh, we've got 4 people entered in for it. So we're I don't know. Let's see how it goes. It could be one or two draws we're gonna do right now, but let's just see how it goes, right? Hey, Roman is another winner yet again. But I think if this one, the giveaway we are doing is Roman that we teach our women how to do the boot camp for us, right? Let's do the draw again.
I also would suggest that aside the draw, we could probably just since in honor of Women's
Day.
Month, not just day, right? Okay.
So
Okay, so
congratulations to you, Tricia.
thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, you are the one
Thank
also going to teach the women. So
you.
okay, so
Okay,
yes,
yes, I'm going
let's
to
hear
teach
your
you people
suggestion.
data analytics
Yeah,
very
let's
soon.
hear your suggestion.
Okay, so I'm thinking that in respect to, since let's just honor the women this month, right? Let's see how we can do this boot camp.
Mm.
So we'll just probably say like next week we'll get one more winner, and then upper week, if we are able to get one winner each week, then by April they can join. At the end of the month, we can just gather them, and then they can do the boot camp for 2 days, which is what
Okay,
I
but we
think.
didn't get any winner really this time around.
Ye- Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I said we should start from. We'll probably give them till next week because I'm
Okay.
sure they thought it was more like the Amazon voucher and all of that, which
Mm.
is okay. Thank you for coming for me.
Yeah.
Quite enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, Debo Lato has said this is a very informative session. I quite agree. And Buki has said taking the bold step brings your dreams into reality. Absolutely, I agree. I agree. And I would just like to say thank you again. Thank you for me. I appreciate your coming and giving us insight. I know Fumi has not even said half of. If you remember, I said that she inspired me a lot. I got into we worked together in a company and I'd had experience, but there were not some non-tech experience I actually also got from Fumi, which I may not be able to say here right now, but there were some other aspects, her work ethics, her drive, even when there was an opportunity for me again and she pushed me to that opportunity. I think Fumi is a superwoman. She is who she says she is. And yeah, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I'm sure the audience got value. Trisha, you agree with me? You got value, right?
Yes, I did. At least knowing that you can still upskill even while you're upskilling.
While you're
Mm-hmm.
working, you can upskill and get to any level you want to. Yeah. So
Mhm.
thank you everyone. Thank you
Thank
audience for
Thank
you.
you.
have
Thank
a
you, Judy. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, Tricia. Looking
Thank
forward to
you.
join you again to
yeah.
Yeah.
finish my story.
Storyteller, don't worry, we invite you again to come and
No,
finish this.
I think we will just put it out here. Fumi is going to be joining us in transition to tech because
Oh,
she's a powerhouse. We cannot leave her.
Yeah.
We cannot do without pulling her in. So yeah, if you want to get real life experience with someone that has such a versatile knowledge, please register for transition to tech and you'll be happy you did. So
yes.
thank you everyone for joining.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. Have a great weekend and enjoy your Women's Day tomorrow. Bye.
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 Bye.